What's up, everybody? Big Herc 916. You tune into another edition of my vlog. It's a little cold out here in Cali, man. So, I got the beanie on, the jacket on. Usually I'm out here in a t-shirt, but it's a little chilly. Not chilly for how it is on the East Coast. I know you guys, it's cold as hell out there. 20, 10 degrees. I mean, shit, we couldn't survive out here in California with that kind of weather. We're used to that beach shit. Anyways, subscribe to the channel, share it with your friends, leave a comment. I know a lot of you guys have stuff to say, so I don't mind responding to some of it. If it's trash, I just delete it. But I want to talk about today where the OG's at. Yeah, man, I wonder, a lot of the old heads, where they are as opposed to a lot of these youngsters out there running amok. I know the streets have claimed a lot of them. A lot of them are locked down. The ones who have been able to get out of prison and turn their life around, they're got their hands full trying to raise their own kids. But I think that we need to have more of the OGs, putting the word out there, trying to lace these kids up a little bit. And I know a lot of the kids don't want to hear it anyways. A lot of these youngsters out there, they glamorized by the whole gangster lifestyle. They think it's fly, and they look at you like, "Oh, old man, what you talking about? You don't know what you're saying." But I think even if you could reach 1 out of every 20 kids, it's worth it. Because a lot of kids just aren't gonna learn until they go behind the bars. I mean, if you're, thinking it's fly, you 12, 13, 16, 18, and you slanging, and you playing Fortnite, and you popping pills, and you busting cheeks, little female cheeks out there. You thinking, you on top of the world. And it's hard to tell people like that what they shouldn't be doing when they think they're winning, and you winning as long as somebody don't tell on you, or you don't get caught up doing something stupid, which usually is the end result. Because at 13, 15, 17, 18, 19, you don't really know shit. You haven't lived life, man. You think but you don't know nothing. You're involved in things, and a lot of those things have consequences, but you don't even know what those consequences are. So when you're hit with them, you panic. You cry for your mama. You try to put on this face like you're a tough guy, but you're really not. Because when they start talking about some crazy years and rob you of all your 20s and your 30s, the first thing you want to do is think about, oh my God, what do I do? Well, maybe if I tell them this, they'll let me out. Well, you tell, you're still in there. And everybody knows you're a snitch now. So, it's a shitty predicament, man. And you shouldn't even put yourself in a predicament where you feel you'd want to tell on somebody to get out. Because it's obvious you shouldn't have been doing what you were doing to begin with. It's sad, because it's like so many of you guys have so much potential. And I think if you knew more about what your capabilities are, you wouldn't be doing a lot of the stuff you were doing. I mean, I really dumbed myself down to do a lot of the shit I was doing. I dumbed myself down, and I think about it, I'm like, why didn't I take advantage of some of these opportunities, 20-something years ago? Because I didn't have an OG mentor getting at me. I didn't have a male figure lacing me up. I didn't have a father figure, and my mom didn't really have anything to lace me up with. I raised you, that's it. It wasn't like, I had big dreams and aspirations too, like a lot of you guys. I wanted to be a rapper. I I actually produced a couple little demo tapes back in the day at the homie's house in his little home studio. You know, I want to be a clothing designer. You know, I thought about going to Fashion Design Institute. I had a clothing line in high school, didn't really stick with it, but I had all these dreams and aspirations, man, of becoming somebody, doing something, you know, and going back even further than that, I want to be a professional skateboarder. You know, I thought that'd be cool, and, you know, come out with my own signature skateboard. You know, I had all these dreams, man, but I didn't have an OG lacing me up. I didn't have an OG to kind of point me in the right direction or tell me how to get a sponsorship, or when I was doing my clothing line, how to get it into stores or how to market, you know, the product. This is before the internet. You know, I didn't have anybody teaching me the garment business, so I knew how to, you know, get the garments and how to sell the garments. I was just going off of what I saw people doing. Had no clue. I had no clue, man. So I bumped my head a lot, man. I did a lot of things that, you know, frustrated me, man. And then I turned to other stuff because of just, you know, it didn't work out. So I figured, what the hell, let me go do this other stuff. And I made a lot of dumbass mistakes, man. And there was no YouTube or Instagram where I could go and try to listen to somebody and be inspired or motivated. I mean, I think Anthony Robbins came along later on, and I read his book, Awaken a Giant. And that was about the extent of it. There wasn't a whole lot of video content back then that you could just access to, you know, to get direction or, like I said, inspiration from. So, you know, I read magazines, read books, and I tried to picture that person, if I knew them, how they could influence me. But I know if I would have had the right mentors, the right guidance, I could have accomplished a whole lot more. I could have did a lot of big things. And, you know, now I feel like it's almost my duty to give back to the youngsters out there so that they could possibly make a better choice than I did. Because I know a lot of you guys out there don't have positive male role models. You don't have father figures. And it's not about black, white, Mexican, Asian. It's just about people, man, and about having someone to talk to, someone to believe in you. And if somebody believes in you, man, why would you, you know, be carrying a rag, banging with a pistol? You know, why would you be pushing, you know, crazy drugs on the street when you could be actually go to get your degree and become a pharmacist and make legitimately, you know, 6 figures a year? You know, if you once you realize the steps that are necessary to get to where you want to go, the same tenacity that you're out there repping, kicking it, hanging, doing all this shit with the homies, you could be doing in a classroom. You could be doing in a learning environment, man. You could be a monster in the corporate world. You could take over some shit. Get your crew, clean up a little bit, and, you know, go and take you some classes, man. And they don't even have to be at no major university. You could go to a junior college and get the game. You know, they could. You can figure out what it is there, talk to a guidance counselor, and figure out what suits you. Maybe you're a hell of an artist, man, and you can get into art design, and that could lead into graphic design and working with different companies, helping them do their graphics. You know, maybe you're really good with numbers. If you know how to count money and do all this, break down the weight of different things and all this stuff, you know, you might be able to be an engineer. You might be able to, you know, solve some fucking mathematical equations and break down some shit to help change society. You know, you can have such a great impact, but because of your limited exposure and what you think in your mind as far as what you are able to accomplish, you limit yourself. You dumb yourself down. And I know some of you guys, the home environment's not the best, the surrounding environment's not the best, but you got to somehow figure out how to get around that. Don't make excuses. You got to figure out, how can I maybe go to the other side of town and maybe network with somebody who can open a door. You know, maybe somebody will see some potential in me and give me an opportunity or chance. Um, you know, these are things I never really thought about, man. I was so lost, man, when I graduated and I was going to junior college. I was just taking classes, and I was gonna try to play football, and I was trying to, you know, figure out how I'm gonna make some money, get a part-time job, and then, but I'm back in the hood. I'm seeing the homies. They ain't doing shit. You know, they're drinking, they're selling dope, they're doing all this stuff, and it was just very confusing, man. You know, the only answer was, oh, go into the military. Oh, go work. Go do this. Go do that. And that's not what I wanted to do. You know, I wanted to do certain things, but I didn't have anybody to actually sit down and talk to, and give me a descriptive answer that would make sense. I didn't have anybody to really, you know, exchange ideas with, to rationalize how I could become the person I want to become, because I wasn't even sure at that point what I wanted to become. I know I want to be successful. I know I want to accomplish a lot of things, but I didn't have that adult in my ear, man. You know, people say at 18, you know, get out the house, and it's like, fuck, man, at 18, really, what can you do? Get out the house, go get your own place. I mean, how are you really gonna get your own place at 18 unless you're, you know, nowadays you guys are, you know, more savvy, so you guys might be social media success and already making money, so you can move out at 17, you know, buy your own shit. But for a lot of people, man, you're at 18, you know, you're still like trying to figure out certain things, and I know you need an extended mentor or family sometimes to kind of keep you going until you can find your footing. It's not easy to just go into the world and think that you're gonna, you know, topple the mountain and become the king. You know, it seems easy in the videos, when they show the videos with everybody with their Cuban links on and their bling bling, but a lot of that shit is rented. You know, a lot of it's fake. You know, it's all elusive. I see it all the time. Kids out here in LA, you know, actors, want to be actors, actresses, models, and you know, the rent out here starts at, for a 1-bedroom, man, $1,800, $1,500. Ain't too many of you guys can afford that. 2-bedroom, $2,500, 3Gs, depending on where you're at. You got, you know, 3-4 roommates, and you're trying to make it happen. Going to an audition, you know, waiting tables, working at Starbucks, trying to hustle, and it's like you're spinning your wheels, and you think, you know, there's an opportunity, but then they try to pull some old Me Too shit on you. You know, and the Me Too shit happens to the guys too. You got a lot of gay guys out here trying to bust those cheeks, you know, trying to take advantage of these young males, good-looking males out here, thinking, oh man, they can get you a role in a movie or a modeling gig, and it's all a fucking setup. And these are a lot of things, man, just aren't really talked about. And you need an OG to lace you up. You know, it doesn't have to be an OG from the hood. It could be an OG in the entertainment industry, an OG in the music industry, OG in the automotive industry, an OG in the real estate industry, an OG in, you know, the computer industry. You know, somebody who would tell you how things work so that you can kind of figure out the steps rather than making a bunch of wrong steps and have to correct them later on. And that's what I try to share with you guys. I've seen a lot of shit. You know, street stuff. I've seen a lot of shit just, you know, in Hollywood, even when I was trying to get into acting and modeling, you know, a lot of weirdo shit. And you're like, God, man, is this what it is behind closed doors? Is this what it is? I mean, it's sad, man. But I ask where the OGs at, bad, because I say that the people out there, the OGs that do have the knowledge, that are able to lace up, you know, these youngsters looking for guidance, man, you guys need to come out of hiding, come out of the woodworks, and share some of your experiences with these kids so that they can better navigate through society. We don't want them making the same mistakes that we had to make to get to where we're at. Maybe they can take a more direct approach and be more successful, and that would be a better place for everybody. You know, for a female to know that if a guy tells, hey, you know, I got a reading for a role, but I need you to meet me at the Hilton Hotel over here in Sunset, blah, blah, blah. You know, look, it's not for the reading. It's for you to try to get your cheeks busted. It's a setup. You know what I mean? If you go into an audition and they tell you as a guy, it's for clothing, but they tell you to get naked, it's because they want to bust your cheeks. You know, the guys who are auditioning you are gay guys, and they want to see your cheeks, and they want to see if, based on how you react, if you'll let them bust those cheeks. So there's a lot of that stuff going on. So it ain't all even all street shit. It's entertainment, Hollywood, music. You know, it's a lot of, you know, sexual stuff going on there. On the street, it's just a more violent, more prison-based. You know, you get caught, you go to prison. Hold a pistol. Pistol got a body on it. You know. Hold these drugs, drive this up the street, you know, all this stuff, man. And this is all, you know, it's all stuff that kids do to try to fit in, to try to be down, to try to be cool. But they're being used as pawns in the game, you know, and they can result in jail time. On the other side, it can result in you turning to drugs because now you're, you know, you got a guilty conscience because you let somebody bust your cheeks, or you had to go and do something with somebody and it fucking grossed you out. It was something you didn't want to do, but you thought it was going to further your career. So it happens all the way around the board. But the OGs, man, you know, you ain't got to go public with it, but you can, you know, just lace the youngsters up when you see them. I'm going to stay lacing you guys. You know, I'm already public with it, so I can stay lacing you guys. And just trying to put you up on game, man, because like I said, I dumbed myself down for a lot of shit, and I could have been doing a lot more with my life than what I was doing at the time. And by the time I figured it out, I had to sit down, and I had no choice but to take a time out. And you know, it wasn't cool. For some of you guys out here who maybe ain't doing criminal shit, maybe your timeout will be you sitting at a rehab because you done been strung out on drugs. You know, became a Little Peep or Mac Miller. You know what I mean? Messing with those drugs, man. You know, Amy Winehouse. You know, there's a lot of people, man, who are doing that because they're just, you know, dealing with a lot of demons, a lot of darkness that's transpired in the industry. So whether it's a street game, the entertainment game, you know, it's a lot of shit happening, man. Even in, you know, real estate, man. Even in business, you know, office politics. Somebody flirting with you, you flirt back. They say, you know, hey, you were flirting with him and it's harassment. You get fired. You know, it happens. Get fired in the whole time, and you was already banging the broad, so why was it even offensive? You felt that it, you know, hey, you guys were cool like that. But it happens everywhere. And like I said, just be on your P's and Q's, man. And I'm gonna stay lacing you up because I want to see you guys succeed out there. And like I said, Big Herc 916 is all about the positivity, motivation. Subscribe to the channel, man.